Put it up. We're live. We're live. We're live. Thank you for joining us. That's better, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate you being with us on Let's Talk About It. Today's day is Ujima.
Day 3 of Kwanzaa.
Day 3 of Kwanzaa. First was Umoja. Second
which
was
is unity.
Kujichagulia.
Kujichagulia, which is self-determination. And today
is Ujima.
Ujima. And Ujima means collective work. Collective work and responsibility reminds us of our obligation to the past, present, and future, and that we have a role to play in the community and in the world. Whoop, whoop. Good morning to all of you guys who are joining us this morning. We're excited to have you. And today is an important day of Kwanzaa. It's one of the most, to me, empowering days. Ujima.
Good morning, Sheila. Good morning. Who's the Facebook user? I can't see your name. Good morning, Facebook family. We're going to talk about Ujima a little bit more once we get back after these messages. We'll be right back. Ding.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Take a moment. Let us know you're here. Let us know who you are, because evidently we are being censored now. We can only see who certain people from our Facebook family, but we want to address all of you. Morning, familia.
Good morning, familia.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Is that Judy?
It doesn't say on mine yet.
It doesn't say either.
I don't see it yet, but I want to see it.
And I'm grateful that you're here. Please put your name in your first post, so that we can recognize you for the room. We are here on the third day of Kwanzaa. She says, yes, that's me.
Does that mean Judy?
Yes.
Okay, good.
She says, morning familia. And Judy was helping me to get my 7 days of the week, which I already knew, but I lost them because I have not been using them. And I have been consistent in deciding to use them intentionally. And I had the opportunity to have the children with me on yesterday. We had a really good time. And one of the things that I wanted to teach them was a sentence. It's actually a little song in Spanish. And I had the opportunity to do so. And I'm grateful.
Yes, Lisa had 4 kids, maybe 5 little kids in our living room yesterday. And she did a great job. She gave a class for them. Look at that. She gave a class for them. She helped them to create art yesterday with painting. And they were wonderfully receptive to your lessons, as well as the opportunity to be with Mama Lisa and learn some stuff. I even gave a class that Lisa asked me to give. And it went over better than I thought it would, actually, because I didn't know the kids would get into it.
They were
into it like that. You know, I gave a class on I asked them, who would you rather work for yourself or someone else? And do you want to earn some money? And why would anybody buy anything from you? And they gave great answers. It was almost as good as the adult classes.
Well, it's because they were 12 and under. See, there's something that happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that happens at children 13. Sometimes we can get away with 14, but 14 and above, definitely.
By 16, they're gone. They're indoctrinated to jobs. School teaches you to get jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And much of that is because of us. We start allowing reality instead of imagination to govern. We start making things more concrete, and it's very difficult to navigate the imagination of whatever we can create in our minds up against something that is concrete. If you do this, this, and this, you'll get this.
Yep.
And it's hard to help people to navigate that space. But from 0 to 12, mwah.
And what we had, I even think the sweeter spot was between 8 and 12, which is what we had in our home, because they know the words. They're intelligent enough to know what you could talk to them.
Yeah, we had between 8 and 12.
Yeah, you could talk to them in grown folks' language. They know what you're saying.
Although we also had a 3-year-old, and she was just kind of hanging out,
right,
running the show.
But it went very, very well. They were readily willing to role play. They were readily willing to try it out and try it again. It went really well. So good job, Lisa, for even coordinating all of that.
That was the first assemblage of the year program.
The year program? What is the year program, Lisa?
The year program is Young Entrepreneurs and Authors in Righteousness. We want to bring them up.
Entrepreneurs and Authors in Righteousness. That's the program that Lisa's authoring. The
children will be able to be in both. Hey, Stephanie, good morning. The children will be able to be in both creative disciplines, meaning art, music, but we actually are also going to include some trade disciplines for the older children. We're looking at the 14 and above actually receiving certification in welding.
We got some resources. Lisa's brother, holla at our brother Tommy.
And some other, we're going to look for other trades as well, because sometimes,
as well as entrepreneurial pursuits
and authors in a trade can actually be quite revolutionary.
Yes.
I think that it gives you the leverage of the leeway of working for yourself and the leverage of having consistent contract.
Now, we're qualified to do this because we used to have a program called BUY, Building Young Entrepreneurs. And it was a wonderful program that we ran on Saturdays.
Absolutely. But due to this fantastic relationship with this amazing teacher, shout out to Mrs. Anderson at James Martin Middle School. She has assisted her students with writing their books as a part of her program in English. They got to actually write their books, and they illustrated. And I looked at about 4 of them. There's 12 or 13, and they are fantastic. And guess what?
I know somebody who can publish them books.
Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia is going to publish them. But I'm going to tell you what, Empowerment Enterprises is really about bringing about the opportunities that would otherwise be unresourced.
Hold on.
Untapped
now look at that. Today's day of concert is Ujima, the collective work, the collective responsibility, the collective obligations, okay? Miss Martin, Lisa.
Mrs. Anderson.
Excuse me, Miss Anderson, Lisa. The children, their books. We're all
and all brought together by the connector, Miss Panya Ray.
And by Miss Panya Ray, who's a friend of both Miss Anderson and Lisa and mine.
A friend of the show.
And we connected all that stuff. Last night, Ujima. Last night, before I thought about what today's topic was, I was on the edge of the bed. Now, how you doing, Miss Sherry? Sherry Czar. That's what I think. That's the proper way I think you pronounce it. Good morning to you. I like to watch nature shows as I'm going to bed, before I go to bed. Sometimes I'll have a cocktail. Sometimes I'll just lay down and watch it. And I was watching Waterworld Africa, okay, last night. But I've watched lots and lots and lots of them over time. And Stephanie says, awesome, that is so powerful to collaborate.
Absolutely.
And what came to the realization, I was saying, baby, listen to this. And I started going off on it too. I says, baby, listen to this. You know, everything in nature connects, okay? For example, there's these monkeys in South America. They get up in the morning and they lick the nectar off of this flower here and off the branches because it drips down, and that nectar is sweet to them. And as they licking off the nectar, some of the dust from the flower gets on their noses and faces. And then they go to the next flower and they lick that nectar too, and that dust gets on their nose, and some of the other dust gets transferred. And what they're doing is they're cross-pollinating the plants. And they eat the fruit and the trees, and their droppings fall from the trees down to the ground, and then dung beetles get them, and the seeds go back into the ground so they can recreate the forest. Everything is working together. I told Lisa the story about how wolves create rivers. Wolves create rivers. It's a really cool documentary on YouTube, about 8 minutes long is all it is. But how wolves create rivers. They had removed wolves from Yellowstone Park for about 40 years. And what happened was the deer and the animals, they would eat all of the foliage along the banks of the rivers. And without the foliage, the banks didn't have the stability to hold back the water.
There were no dams.
So the water just wouldn't run it wouldn't flow as well. It would just seep and all that kind of stuff. It didn't work as well.
Good morning, Katura. Thank you for joining us this morning. Today we're talking about Ujima, collective work and responsibility.
Now, when they reintroduced wolves back into the forest, into Yellowstone Park, the wolves wanted to eat the deer that was eating that foliage. The deer started to stay away from that area. So the foliage was able to return. But not only did the foliage return, but so did the birds return to that area for that foliage because they had shelter and all that stuff. And the rivers were recreated because the wolves, everything supported everything. And the concept of Ujima, the third day of Kwanzaa, we all have a collective responsibility. Now, Kwanzaa is talking about Black community. We have a collective responsibility to work together, to collaborate, to honor our past by working together.
We have special guests who are going to join us for day 6 and day 7. Day 6 is going to be Brother Kelly Little. Is that Kumba?
I don't know, but I'm happy to have Kelly in the house.
And day 7 is going to be returning friend to the show, Miss Myra Foster, for
Wonderful.
Imani.
Good morning.
Which means that we are actually going to come on briefly, maybe not a whole show, but on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, those are Saturdays. Why don't we just do them on Monday and Tuesday? All right. See how she consulted me, y'all? That's fine. I'm with it. But what say you? What's your thoughts on this concept of Ujima, of working together? Dr. Deborah Dunstan, good morning. This show, this community, I wish Dr. Beverly was here because she highlights it so often and so well for us, how we have all connected because of this feed, because of this show. How Stephanie got a chance to meet Melissa and how Dr. Deborah got a chance to meet Brittany, because we're working together, collaborating. And now several of us here have worked on projects together and programs together and served communities together. Several of us have. Why? Because we had this show and we collected Ujima.
We are a part of collective responsibility, collective work and responsibility. In 2016, there was a particularly cold day in the beginning of the year. I believe we were in January. And must not have been 2016 because you were already my loving husband. So it must have been 2017. Were you not my husband? Yeah, you were my husband.
I probably was your husband. I became your husband real fast.
But yeah, that's true too. You did become my husband very, very quickly. But my husband did something not particularly chivalrous. I think any husband would send their wife back into the house while they tended to the car. He sent me back into the house because it was too cold and the car was pretty much a block of ice. As he sent me back into the house, I sat there in the warmth of the home and I began to cry because I knew that there were people that did not have the option of just going back into the house. But that turn of emotion was not the remarkable part. After that, we got in the car, before we headed in the car, I wanted to do something. What can we do? While sitting on that couch, what can we do? While sitting on that couch, the Lord gave some collective ideas. We didn't know who the collective was going to be. We didn't even know that it was going to be as large a collective as there was. We only knew that there was a need, and the need was warmth. We got together, he and I, and we decided we're going to take whatever we have, clothes and blankets, to downtown Charlotte. We didn't know where. We didn't know for whom. We didn't know where we were going to get the stuff from. But we had banded together and decided this is what we were going to do. Well, amen. Amen. Dr. Deborah says, I'm preparing to pick up Michelle DeWitt from the Nashville airport. She's coming in for a visit.
Another great connection.
Yes, I knew she was coming. Give her my love.
That's going to be a good time. Y'all going to have a ball together.
Well, that day we headed on over to Collaborative Ventures. We were going to go do what we intended to do, but we also realized that it would probably be more for us to do than we could do alone. And we mentioned it on the phone to someone as we were leaving. And they said, what time? Immediately, because that's the type of people that we have in our circle.
Yep.
Now, this is what time from the morning to the afternoon. This was not, let's do it first quarter. Let's do it first quarter at 8:00. Let's do it on this day. No, this was today because it was cold when? Today.
It was the coldest
day of the year.
It was the coldest day of the year.
There was a governor's warning that the shelters could not turn anyone away. That's how cold it was. So it was not time for a meeting. It was time for action.
So we started reaching out to our friends.
Rallying the troops. I'm talking about everybody we came across, everybody who called us for any other arbitrary reason.
Or we reached out to them and messaged them.
Absolutely.
And Facebook we reached out. Everything.
That evening, everyone that we knew and some people we did not know converged upon downtown Charlotte at around 16th Street and Tryon.
Yep, right across the street from the U-Haul place where a lot of homeless community tended to gather. There was a parking lot there, right next to a law office. We set up in there.
We commandeered the law office. The law office's what do you call it? Where they park the cars?
Parking lot.
Parking lot. That's what I wanted to say. And some people brought chili. Everybody brought decanters. We gave out hot chocolate. We gave out chili. We gave out
some people volunteered. They can make hot chocolate.
Absolutely.
And they said they have the decanters, just need the chocolate. I had said that. Somebody else said, look, I got plenty of chocolate. Okay, I have a restaurant. Come pick up the chocolate packets.
Come pick up the chocolate.
So I went book it over there.
Everything went.
Somebody else said, me and my wife and kids, we can make chili for you guys. Husband, wife, 2 kids. They set up a table. They had chili in cups, styrofoam cups, filled with hot chili.
Hand it out.
We were giving out blankets. Other people pulled up, saw what we were doing.
And they got halfway down the street and they backed up and they came out with blankets out of their bags.
Little kids, black people, white people.
All people had the same collective work and responsibility for our community. We were out there. I think I took off my jacket before it was all said and done.
I will say this too. It was the coldest day of the year. Wayne and LaWayne and Yasmin were there.
Yes.
It was the coldest day of the year, and I promise you, we weren't cold.
None of us, none of the people working were cold.
The people were like, why are y'all giving away all of this stuff? It was like in a moment. It was the most beautiful day and a beautiful evening. It had got into the evening, and we stayed and we kept giving. Some people wanted prayer. So some people would go off and pray with them. We prayed with them. We hugged everybody. It was so much hugging. All the homeless people, some of them had great stories to tell us. Some would even entertain us.
But that was the example of a collective work and responsibility for your community. You could very easily have gone home, battened down the hatches, and gotten your cool out on by yourself. But we didn't. We all converged upon the city in an effort to ameliorate someone's consideration for the cold.
And that it was the most fun. It was the most fun. And it was the most work at the same time. Because our little cars going over. And then some people said we had a lot to donate, so we had to get a truck. And then Cat G's truck showed up. Can you go pick up some stuff? Heck yeah. Everybody was down. It was no church organization. It was no civic organization.
It was a collaborative.
It was just our friends wanting to be helpful.
You got to have a vision. You have to have a desire, and you have to have a willingness to work. That is Ujima, collective work and responsibility. What can you do right now to impact your community? This program that we pulled together, that we're tweaking right now for the year program, Young Entrepreneurs and Authors in Righteousness, is really taking it's getting its legs. But it was necessary for me to see what it looks like, what needs to be evaluated, what needs to be changed in order to make this work. I wanted to keep the children together, meaning I wanted the elders to learn from the youngers, but I think that there's still some area where the different age groups will need some division just for the balance in that. But I want everyone to understand that everybody gets to bring something. There was I don't know if it was a relay race. I think it might have been on Scooby-Doo when I was younger. I don't know. But everybody always, when you're picking teams, everybody always wants to pick the strongest, fastest, right? for their team. But this was a team sport, sort of like a relay race, but it was a relay activity. So you have to go over, under, round, through, all the different people. Everybody's picking all of the big, spry, strong individuals. But this one little tiny person was overlooked over and over again because they never told what the race was going to be until after the teams were picked. So you had to pick your team based upon what you thought was going to be necessary to win this race. Well, the race had a leg in it that required a very, very small person to get through a very, very small place.
Okay.
And the team who picked that person was the team that won.
Yeah, of course.
And this would have otherwise, this actually allowed the smallest person to really get the opportunity to see themselves as an integral part of a team, because in many conditions they are given the last pick or the pity pick or the that's my brother pick or whatever it is. But because they were actually chosen and had the opportunity to excel, they became a part of the collective work, and they also managed some internal pride for being integral to the success of it.
Today is day 3 of Kwanzaa. The concept is Ujima, collective work and responsibility. One of my favorite examples of this is, and I love all 3 movies of it, the Ocean's 11, the Ocean's 12, and the Ocean's 13. They each have their own areas of expertise. They each have their own areas of responsibility. They each have their own areas of greatness, and they collectivize. How many of y'all know where the word collectivize comes from? You got to do your hands like this when you say it. Collectivize. If any of you guys can tell where that came from, what movie clip that is, you win all the points. Because I'm going to tell you what it is anyway. But Oceans 12, 13, and 14, 11, 12, and 13, they all have their own areas of expertise, and they collectivize to pull off a big heist, to rob a casino, and then 2 casinos, and then 3 casinos, and all that kind of stuff. It was great. I can't hold me longer. Let me break it down for you, Willie. If you don't collectivize, you'll always be out there on your own. That comes from the Pimp Council meeting from the classic movie Willie Dynamite. And Bill was doing it. He wanted the pimps to organize. Great movie. Who said that? Who said great movie? Say your name, please, because it's not showing up. But if you've never seen Willie Dynamite, watch it. It's classic. You got to see certain movies from that era. You got to see Willie Dynamite. You got to see Superfly.
I'm trying to see who it is.
Yeah, someone said great movie, and I really want to know who said that. Whoever it is that said great movie, put your name up. It's not showing yours either?
On my feed. Okay. I'm going to one of your other pages.
Okay, I want to know because it's an awesome movie. I used to my cousin Earl, when I first moved to Charlotte, I had a what do you call that? Where you have where you could save the shows, DVR. Okay, I had DVR.
Wow, you went back into the day.
And I kept that 8-minute clip on DVR. So whenever Earl came to the house, he had to watch that same scene. Would you make me watch the scene every time I come over here? Shut up, watch. Oh, Judy was referring to the Ocean's movies. Okay, good. Oh, yes, those are great movies. But I was thinking of Willie Dynamite scene too.
Willie Dynamite.
Good morning, Mr. Ryan Brown. How are you, sir? How are you?
Thank you for joining this.
Ujima, collective work, collective responsibility. We have an obligation to our past. We have an obligation to our present, each other, and we have an obligation to our future. Thus, Lisa's launching YEAR program.
The YEAR program.
Young entrepreneurs and authors
in righteousness. It's important that our youth also are involved in benevolent organizations, and that will be one of the assemblages of the YEAR program. They will have an assemblage that includes benevolence, where they get to choose the cause of their choice to give back to.
It was so, and I love that with young people, an opportunity to give and serve. They get a lot out of it, we find. I remember this one little white girl, on that same day, I think it was, or might have been another, because we did it several times. After that day, we did it several other times. but she was there with her family, and they had rolled blankets is what they had. They had small rolled blankets. And there was this man that came up, and this little girl saw him coming up, and she grabbed the blanket. She probably was 7 or 8, maybe 6 even. And she walked up to that man and handed him a blanket. And the joy on her face, being able to hand that man a blanket, was priceless. It was freaking priceless.
Absolutely. Couture goes on to say, I think that this can be applied in every aspect of life. Family dynamics, friendships, etc. We all have a role and responsibility, but in order for things to fall into place, you must collectivize for everything to flow. I don't know. I could see right there for a moment. I don't have any glasses on. I don't understand it.
You need me to get you some glasses?
No, I could see it.
Oh, because we got glasses up in this house, y'all.
We
got glasses for days.
I might have guessed some of it, but I could see it.
But in order for things to fall into place, you must collectivize.
Absolutely. Collectivize is the benefit of having all three soprano, tenor, alto in the song. It's good when everybody's singing the same note, but it is more gooder when you have each different note harmonizing together. Oh my God, it's different.
Yeah, and it is beautiful too. It can transform you. With a good choir, a well-trained choir, a well-rehearsed choir can bring it all together like that. Yeah. Like that. Yep. So I like this concept, Ujima. I always, Lisa and I, this is our 3rd year, I think, doing this Kwanzaa, maybe 4th, where we've done each day. And I always enjoy going through the days of Kwanzaa.
Absolutely. We're going to be right back after this message.
Hey everybody, my name is Brittany Thomas. Welcome to Brittany's Beads and Books.com. Listen, I look forward to working with you. What you can expect on my site is books, merchandise, bracelets, and more. You can even book me for your next speaking engagement. Listen, I look forward to working with all of y'all. And thanks for shopping with me on Brittany's Beads and Books.com.
Thank you, Brittany. We are so excited. Although this month is coming to a close, on Friday we are going to choose January's winner for.
It's going to be tough for this time to pick.
Yeah, because no one was as aggressive as Brittany was.
She was. I do want to say this to you as well. I am wonderfully blessed that God revealed to me what my unique set of gift, skills, and talents was. And he gave me a love of learning, a natural curiosity, and the ability to listen. He gave those things to me. He also gave me the ability to teach. And my gift, I teach people how to sell themselves and their services. I did a video yesterday, called it The Best Thing You Can Do for Your Business. The best thing you can do for your business, the one that you're thinking about, the one that you actually have. And I'm going to do a live workshop on it tomorrow called The Best Thing You Can Do for Your Business. And it starts at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. And it's free. The best thing you can do for your business. Because I have been preaching and teaching for years of all these things that entrepreneurs can do on a daily basis that don't contribute to money for them. But they can do all these things. They can move that from here to there. They can think about this. They can read that. They can move that. They can search this. They can do all these things that entrepreneurs can do that don't contribute to earning money. And I'm going to talk about the best thing that an entrepreneur can do in their new business, their young business, their budding business going forward.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be good.
And you can come. Oh, I got to get this right. It's not right. There will be a link for you to attend. And it is via Zoom, but it is a free event. This training is one that is going to get you ready for exactly what you need.
Particularly if you work in corporate. Particularly if you work a corporate job and have a part-time business. Or if you want to leave corporate. That was the impetus of it, really. When you want to leave a job and go do things on your own, what can this do for you? And this is going to be, I think this is ideally suited for that audience.
That's right. And all you got to do is register and show up at 10:30 on Thursday. That is tomorrow at 10:30. Go to bit.ly/sales confidence coach the best.
Somebody you know would love it to be there. somebody you know is in the exact same boat and has the exact same set of circumstances I'm describing, and you would bless them by just telling them about it. Don't keep this water to yourself. Don't be selfish. There's somebody that you know that needs this content that I'm going to share freely tomorrow. Tell them about it. If they're not here right now, I'm going to hold you responsible to share that with them. This is the concept of Ujima, collective responsibility and collective work.
The link is now scrolling across the bottom of the screen. It's bit.ly/SCC, the best thing. That's self-confidence coach, the best thing.
Dr. Deborah said we can work better together.
We absolutely can. There are things that I know of, but I am not the expert in. But guess what I do? I don't go, let me figure it out for you. I go, she does it the best. And I refer them to Dr. Deborah. Somebody come to me for ballroom dancing? Well, not so much. But she does it the best, talking about Katora Green. Someone comes to me for anything. They want some music for their jam, for their party. I know that I could play the heck out of, I could play, what happened?
I was listening to you say someone comes to you for music and they jam, you can play the heck out of.
I was going to say Spotify and Alexa, right? I could play the heck out of it. But if you want the real thing, if you want a real DJ, Billy Bronco. If you want a real band, Next Level or Crave.
That's right.
Understand.
And on that same thread, if I have a big idea or a little idea or something I want to do, I have a collective of mentors and coaches that I like to bounce my ideas off of. I call them my guys, and some of them are ladies, but they're my guys that I call on and get their input so that I'm better able to decide which way to go.
We can do it. We can do it alone, but we can do it better together. Understand that is serious business right there. That is serious. I definitely want to pull up a card now. I meant to do it at the 30-minute mark, but we were behind in the commercial, so I want to go ahead and get that out. But today's card is coming from, and I'm going to need some glasses. Can you give me some glasses? So today's card is coming from the Manifest Anything deck, and it is coming from Genesis chapter 8, verses 22. Genesis chapter 8, verse 22. And I'm going to read it. Ready? Read. While the earth continues to exist, planting, time, and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, and day and night will not cease. That's for as long as the earth exists, we're going to have everything. We're going to have planting time and harvest time. We're going to have cold and hot. We're going to have summer and winter, and we're going to have day and night. They will not cease to exist. It's important. I think that's really important, particularly when we start talking about what's needful in today. The worry and the fear of running out of something, the earth is going to maintain as long as we are here.
Number one fear of entrepreneurs or salespeople. Number one fear of salespeople is running out of leads, not having somebody to talk to. And it's really an unfounded fear, but it's a number one fear that they have. Oh no, who am I going to present my stuff to today? I don't have any leads. Yes, you do. Why you smirk like that, man? Because you know it's a real fear.
Yeah,
right?
It is.
Well, when you hear something like that, I don't have anybody to talk to. I don't have anybody to tell. With your experience now, what comes to your mind when you said that?
It really comes to mind that who did you talk to last week is really the first thing that comes to my mind.
Okay.
Who did you talk to last month? Because while they may not be in a position to buy from you again, hey, Melissa, good morning. They may know someone. And if you did a favorable work with them, you have already got leads.
That's right. Good job, baby. Sister Jacqueline Rosier, good morning. She says, Arizona morning.
I'm going to tell you something.
Woke up blessed and a little sore in the body. Ha, ha, ha. So glad to get a little love vitamin from the Empowerment Duo and community.
Miss Mavis' box is almost empty now.
I forgot it was here.
I meant for you to forget it. Miss Mavis' box is almost empty.
Okay. This is a gift box.
This is a gift box with cookies were in this box.
It's almost empty?
It is.
It's
I think
gone
it's only
then.
like 2 or 3 cookies.
Then it's done because I'm going to eat them. I forgot they were here.
I meant for you to forget it. I'm going to tell you. I could just sit and smell the box.
Stop playing with the cookies, Lisa.
No.
What you doing? You opened it
I'm
up for a reason.
looking. I'm looking. There's 3 cookies left.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's only 3 cookies
No,
left.
it's not.
It's 2 cookies left. It's 2 cookies
You should
left.
have opened it.
Hey, Melissa. Melissa, I need to talk to you today. I need the T-ball lady. I need the T-ball lady because I would like to discuss an opportunity to work with her. But make sure you register for the best thing so that you can take 2023 by storm with this information that you're going to get on Thursday at 10:30, and it is free to those who know the circle, in the circle, and of the circle. They can come register, and I'm telling you, this will be the thing to take your business another further in 2023.
It's going to be the best one I did all year.
Absolutely.
It's going to be the best workshop I did all year. Right.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, I'm excited about it. Melissa, I did pull a card for you today. I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. It's Genesis 8:22. Be mindful that everything.
Thank you, Dr. Deborah.
Will remain.
She says, Brian, I am so glad that I was trained by you before I became a full-time entrepreneur. My fear would definitely have been running out of leads. Fear definitely would have been running out of leads.
It's a lot of people's fear.
I love your story, Dr. Deborah Dunstan. The history of your work, the connections you made, your willingness to show up again and again and again to get what you need, and your willingness to give and serve again and again and again. There's a special place in heaven for people like you. Lisa Price says, thank you for the card with exclamation points. I would love to see what the whole thing says. She'll send it to you, Melissa.
I will. Or you can just go to your Bible. It's Genesis chapter 8, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly that.
Right. So, Dr. Deborah, thank you for the compliment. And you're an example of continued effort and continued excellence.
Absolutely.
But the game never ends. I study sales more than anybody. I keep on studying it. I studied it yesterday, different people and different concepts. And some of it is still new to me, and it still delights me. It still delights me learning selling and comparing notes. So that's my gifting. Yep. Ujima, day 3 of Kwanzaa. Ujima.
Absolutely. Ujima. Getting that into your spirit is definitely one that reminds us that we are a part of the solution, and or whichever one you prefer, and or are part of the problem. When you don't bring your collective work into the
keeping
circle,
stuff to yourself,
when you hold it to yourself, you are actually a part of the problem. When you extend yourself,
you're definitely part of the problem when you have a solution that you're not willing to share.
Absolutely. And for whatever reason, even you think it's a benevolent reason,
or you're not sure if they're going to accept you, whatever, you're still committing the crime. I am excited for my 10 a.m. appointment today. The reason why I'm excited for my 10 a.m. appointment, I'm about to spend 2 hours training this morning. And the person that I'm training this morning is so enthusiastic. Okay.
She is.
And I'm excited about working with her. I like working with people that are ready.
And she is ready. She's worked with some other people in the circle as well.
Mm-hmm. Not going to tell you her name, but I'm ready for her. So I'm excited about that opportunity. The opportunity for me to serve. What's this comment up here?
We got 4 comments, actually.
And it's time for songs, okay?
Sharing is caring.
William Brown says, happy
William.
today. Good morning. Lisa Jacqueline says,
Mavis is looking forward to speaking with you. By the way, April brought some eggnog and is loving her cookies. Amen. Dr. Deborah says, Lisa, Are those your cards? Yes. I need to talk to you about a collaboration for a class that I am preparing to teach in January. Now I don't have to create a resource. Absolutely. We can definitely discuss it. And Miss Mavis, those are mine and one of my authors.
Mm-hmm.
I was using them. I wanted to use them yesterday, but you know what? I think I overbooked our time. And I think we got exactly what we needed with the children. And it just made me realize that there needs to be more time allotted for certain things.
Okay.
You got cookie on your mustache. And you got mustache on your mustache.
Okay. Give me another cookie so I can balance
this out.
You said I got a cookie on this side.
No, I got it off.
I got to eat another piece of cookies so I can get another one.
Jacqueline, I also sent Miss Mavis one of your cards, and I will definitely reach out and call her. The challenge for me has been what's too early and what's too late. I know she's 2 hours behind us, and so I've been working at certain times when I know it's too early for her, and then I have been zonked when it's time to call her, and I challenged to call at that time.
Well,
but I sent her a card.
What we're going to do now is what we do here.
Absolutely.
We're going to do our greeting songs and our greeting logos. For those of you who have been rocking with this show for a while or consistent contributors, her name is Lisa
Santiago McNeill. Yes, all three, all the time.
Yes, that includes the Santiago part.
Yes. Absolutely. Dr. Deborah, I need to talk to you about something that I've done here, and I really think that there's a problem with it. So this was a tube with obsidian in it that I put holy oil into, but it looks like it's done something weird, and I don't want to use it. But I'll talk to you on the phone about it.
And my name is Brian K. McNeill, and together we make up what's called the Empowerment Duo. And this show is called Let's Talk About It. We talk about personal conversations,
business information,
and spiritual inspiration.
With a little bit of shenanigans thrown in.
That's right. That's what we talk about. That's what we do here. Together we have an expressed ministry, and our expressed ministry is
economic independence
through
entrepreneurship.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's all we talk about. That's what we be about.
Stephanie says sharing is caring. That's right. Stephanie is also the connector of the Empowerment Circle. And Jacqueline says collective work for the next 30 days as my daughter-in-law and I put my creative studio together. I love being organized. The next batch of cards will be more
designed and amazing. Let's go from the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to thank the people that have been rocking with us for years and consistent contributors. The way we do it with greeting songs, with greeting logos. Up first is Miss Phyllis George. She has a logo that goes, Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. What's up with my voice?
Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Miss Sheila Gothard has a jam as well.
Sheila. Storms are brewing in her eyes.
Your voice too. Go back to the top, baby. What's up with our voices? Judy has a jam.
Judah. Hey, Judy. I'm gonna still come up with your song.
All right. Up next was scroll, baby. Up next, Stephanie Morris has a song.
Stephanie. Life has new meaning to me.
There is beauty up above. And things we never take notice of. You wake up and Stephanie, you're in love. Dr. Deborah Dunstan has a song.
Dr. Deborah, trauma healing and deliverance coach. And Katura's here, baby.
Back to life. Back to Katura Green.
However do you want it? However
do you need it?
Do you need it? That was flat.
Melissa Price has a jam as well. Boom, 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 boom. Melissa's song. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's song. Whose song you said was flat?
Katura's house.
Let's try it again. Back to life. Back to Katura Green.
However do you want it?
However do you need it?
Do you need it?
That wasn't flat.
No, it was flat before. Because you acted like you wasn't going to give me that.
I acted like I wasn't going to.
Yeah,
how do you act like you're not going to bang the table?
It looked like it.
It looked like it.
Jacqueline Rosier.
Jacqueline Rosier has a logo. Well, according to Jacqueline.
Jacqueline Rosier. Pretty little one that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you are mine.
I don't think it's possible to do what you were suggesting that I was doing, acting like I wasn't going to.
All right,
I don't think that's possible.
Okay.
I'm going to act like I'm not going to do the next song.
William Brown is here. Good morning. Good morning to our friend Bill.
Nobody thinks like him still. We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. Good morning, Bill. Craig Sabb, I've been seeing you post, homie.
Craig Sabb.
1,000 degrees.
You'll be on your news.
And you'll be burning bacon, please. Brother Freeze. Good morning, Craig. How you doing, bro?
Hey, Craig. Craig says, good morning, everyone. Late, but on time, LOL. Have a wonderful, blessed day and enjoy it to the fullest. Craig, we did pull a card today, and it was from the Amazing Mindfulness deck, and the card is Genesis 8 and 22.
Lisa, it is best to call Mavis anytime after 12 noon Mountain Time. Oh, Jesus. Leave a message. She has a special needs son, and they have exciting mornings, making health shakes and more.
So 12 o'clock Mountain Time is 2 o'clock our time? That's nap time.
Around.
Nap time is like 1:30, 2:30.
Kelly Little, I am so excited that you're going to be a guest on our show coming up very soon. I'm excited that you're going to share thoughts of Kwanzaa. And
Kelly.
Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. That's right, Kelly, in my Biggie Smalls voice.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to sharing some time with you here, Kelly.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Kelly and I have a collaborative phone call, so I am excited. That's right, Lady Jacqueline. I will call after I wake up from my afternoon siesta.
Siesta. I'm looking forward to it. I got good appointments today, too. So today is one of those days where I get an opportunity to be great. Okay? Can't leave you.
Oh, I got to take this. Bye.
You got to take a call.
Hello.
Move. Go.
I'm good. Okay.
All right. So we got to get out of here in a minute or two anyway, because I got a 10 o'clock appointment, and I'm looking forward to my appointment. So, yeah, Kelly, man, I'm excited about working with you, man. So we're loving our journey with you guys through Kwanzaa, through 7 days of Kwanzaa. Last week, you heard me talking about how I believe the week between Christmas and New Year's could be a magical week. What you can get done this week, these 7 days. Some people try to lighten up. I quote Mudbone, and don't lighten up, tighten up. Don't lighten up, tighten up. So I get excited about this week. It's already been amazingly represented, although I didn't work at all on Monday this week. I took the whole day chilling. But I didn't show yesterday. I actually worked all day yesterday. I'm looking forward to work today, too. And isn't it great to have work that you look forward to doing it? Isn't it great when you figured out what you're good at? Brian Tracy used to always talk about the people that are unhappy, the grown people that are unhappy, they're unhappy because they have not yet figured out what they're good at. And what a blessing it is to finally figure out what it is that you're good at. And if you have not yet figured out what it is that you're good at, I think that should be your life's journey. If you haven't figured out what you're really good at doing, I think I'm going to suggest to you that you make that your life's journey to figure out what it is that you're good at. I don't know if I like how that building is sticking out the back of my head in the background there. Kelly says, me as well. Stephanie says, I love that is weak. That is a week is a magical. Yeah. I don't know if I like how that looks. It looks like I have an alfalfa. How many of y'all know what an alfalfa is? Okay. If you're old enough to know that alfalfa had the cowlick coming out the back of his head, maybe you're also old enough to know that the character played by that person that played alfalfa was a little girl. Yes, she was. It wasn't she was playing the role of a boy. But I used to love the Little Rascals. Spanky was my guy. That this week is a magical week. Yes, Stephanie. Thank you, my sister. Stephanie, you're important to this circle. You are one of our Ujimas, understanding the collective. How many of y'all can raise your hand saying Stephanie has showed up for something that you did? I bet more than a handful of you can. You know, how many of you can say that Stephanie showed up and supported you or reached out to you in some kind of a way? Just like Dr. Deborah, just like Sister Jacqueline, just like Dr. Beverly. I miss Dr. Beverly today. You know, William Brown. Those people matter. Glue people. Sister Jacqueline says, miss having my Kwanzaa lunches with my children years ago. And now I can see how that the Kwanzaa principles continue to be a wonderful part of their lives. Kwanzaa, invented by a guy named Dr. Karenga. Dr. Karenga came up with the concept of Kwanzaa. I think it was in the 50s or 60s or whatever it was, but I remember the name. I got to go because I got a 10 o'clock appointment. God bless you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for joining us. And those of you who can and will join us tomorrow for day 4 of Kwanzaa.